question, as someone who did go through the conversion process, because who am I to decide who is and is not Jewish, right? That's why I always say whenever I talk to people, who am I? So now you have all these people here in New York who are saying, well, we're the real Jews. My issue is with the word real, because that means that all the other Jews who have been persecuted for centuries for being Jewish, suddenly they're not Jews, right? But what would you say the conversion process did for you? Like, what's the difference between going through a conversion process or just waking up and being like, I am Jewish now?
Okay, so this is probably the best part of this whole conversation, because this is like such a huge concept. Okay, so the conversion process is a process where a person removes all the spiritual impurities from their body, from their soul, from everything in between the body and the soul inside of you, and it removes it from you. There's a process to it. I'm not going to go into super detail, but we know what happens, right? So that process of removing the negativity and the klipa is allowing that person now to keep this spiritual system that goes all the way back to Adam. I mean, it's manifest greater on Mount Sinai, expanded for a community and different things that we will be faced with as Jewish people. But this is the original spiritual system. So this isn't like a new thing. This is like the beginning of creation, being in line with creation all the way to now, right? So the conversion process is removing spiritual impurities. So it's not just like, oh, well, I need to have a circumcision and go in the water. You know, okay, if it was that, great. Whatever, do it yourself, right? No. The point is saying it's a process of removing that spiritual impurities and having witnesses there that are also spiritually pure, because it's a complete transformational experience. So when a person says, I'm Jewish, have you purified yourself? Because we know that you admitted yourself that your mom and dad were not keeping the Torah, right? That's why you have to do this whole explosion. And you're saying your grandmother wasn't doing it, and your great-grandmother was, and the great one, and there was slavery, and there was intermixing with slave masters, and all these different things, right? That would break down the whole genetic theory. So if you went through that process, and you're realizing it right now, you are full of negativity, and it has to be removed if you're going to keep the Torah. If not, that's why you're angry. That's why you're angry at everybody, because you want to keep the Torah and you're full of impurities. If you're saying, and then say this is going their logic. This is going their logic. They're saying, I'm Jewish. Okay, you're Jewish. All right, fine. You're Jewish. Now what? I'm keeping the laws of the Torah. Great, go and keep the laws of the Torah, right? Why are you angry? Because you're full of impurities. So unless you trust the system of the sages that go back for thousands of years, doing things all the way back, traditions from Avraham Avinu, and if you don't want to use that spiritual technology, all right, go ahead. You're going to be angry. You're going to want to hurt people. You're not going to be in a place of peace. You're going to be self-defeatist, and your people aren't going to get anywhere, period.
Yeah, and I think